Hey guys, it's Flipping Genius Finds, and today I will be going over some of the higher dollar items that sold for the month of January. $39.99 and over. Um, Maybe $39.99 to $100. The $100 and above, I might put it on a separate video. Why $39.99? Because I think it's a good price point for a reseller to buy items, and then why $39.99? Because I think that's a good price point for resellers to sell an item if they can sell it for that much. Because when you get it at a thrift store or like wherever you buy at an estate sale, usually it's low enough to be a decent profit. So it may be like a bolo item or like a bread and butter item that you may be looking for or may want to look for. If you can sell it for that much, anything that's lower, you have to do more work. It's going to be like harder. Typically my price point is around like $39.99. If you can get it for that price, you know, as long as you sell maybe 10 items a day, you can get about $200. Yeah, it depends on what your how much you're buying it for, but usually $39 and above, or $40 and above, is very good. So this is the vintage gold gilt brass envelope letter holder, Bradley Hubbard. It was listed for $69.95. I did take an offer on it for $48.96. It did take about 6 months to sell. You can see there is like some type of, not corrosion, but some kind of stains that go across. This is a Disney Mickey Mouse red green holly glass ornament, rare Christmas collection. It was listed for $49.99. It sold for the full asking price of $49.99. And it did take about 2 days to sell. This is the Wallace 2005 silver plated sleigh bell Christmas ornament 35th anniversary. It was listed for $39.99. And I did get the full asking price of $39.99. It did take 2 days to sell. Now, this is a Schweitzer sterling filled silver footed compote bowl basket Lord Silver Ink. And it was listed for $129.99. It sold for $83.19. I did receive a positive feedback on this one. If you do have a lot of silver items, sterling, they will sell quickly. But I am taking a lot of my silver items off of eBay, just because there's a big jump and the silver prices are going up and up and up. Now, I would say that this is kind of like a sleeper. Even within the Midwest Cannon Falls lineup, this reindeer is a highly sought out item. Oftentimes, you'll see a lot of them without the box, but if you can get it with the box and in very good condition, they do. Well, I would say mine was listed for $89.99, and it did sell for the full asking price of $89.99. And it was almost of an instant sell. As soon as it went up, less than a day, it sold. So this is the vintage Midwest Cannon Falls Santa's reindeer cast iron stocking holder with box. You can see there is a little bit of a dent on the box. We have the Le Creuset Heritage Stoneware Burnt Orange 0.72 quartz pate Perrine, and it says read the description. It was listed for $59.99. I took an offer on it for $53.99. It did take about 3 weeks to sell. A little bit of paint chipping. This was incomplete. There is a middle part to this. that if it was there, it's like a kind of like a strainer kind of thing. It has holes, and if I was able to find that with it, then it would have been obviously higher. But still, I got a good price on it, and it sold for $53.99. So this is a wooden storage box, chest, 15 colorful ceramic drawers, jewelry, tea spice, and it was listed for $89.99. It sold for $45. It did take about 8 months to sell. You can see there are mini drawers. This is a Sizzix Tim Holtz Alteration Bewitching Hour Biggs Cutting Die. It was listed for $47.99, and it sold on a 15% discount for $40.79. It did take about 3 months to sell. Again, we have the Villeroy and Boch Petite Fleur cereal bowl, a set of 4, and it was listed for $119.99, and it was on a 10% off discount and sold for $53.99. It did take about 2 weeks to sell. Next, we have the Williams Sonoma Hammered Copper Butter Keeper Round. It was listed for $39.99, and it did sell for the full asking price of $39.99. And I did receive a positive feedback on this one. This sold within a day. WS 1956. I actually don't know what this mark is right here. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments below. WS 1956. Next, we have a vintage whimsical abalone articulated fish motif bottle opener. It was listed for $119.95, and it did take 8 months to sell. It sold for $66. You can see the abalone shell. Next, we have an antique Singer sewing box puzzle. Small treadle machine wood folding 1890s. And then it was listed for $99. It did sell for $69.30. It's just a folding collapsible sewing box with different assortment of sewing gear, I guess. This is the Department 56 in the city, visiting Santa at Feinstrom's. And then it says read. It was listed for $124.99. And I did take an offer on it for $85. You can see there is damage in the packaging, the box, but the actual building is in very good condition. Oh, there is a chip, or like the finger was broken on the figurine. Next, we have the Disney Store large glass Santa Mickey tree topper. It's 11 3/4 inches tall. It was listed for $39.99, and it sold for $39.99. It did take about 3 months to sell. You see there is some blemish right here. And then some of the paint was wearing off on this side. Next, we have the vintage or antique small German hand crank child's toy sewing machine. It was listed for $99.99, and I did take an offer on it for $75. It did take about a year to sell. You can see it's rusting and has some blemishes. I wrote that the crank does crank, but then not well. It's made in Germany, only about 8 inches long. We have the vintage 1993 Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington. and 0, and it works. It was listed for $79.99, and I got the full asking price of $79.99. It did take about 2 months to sell. I mean, some of these items, sometimes if they're vintage and they require batteries, they could be dead. It could be corroded inside the actual battery compartment, and most of the times the battery is going to be dead. Um, so oftentimes I do like to test the items before I list it. Sometimes if they're sealed, you might want to just state that it may not work because the battery obviously is not going to be working. However, there may be a problem if it's actually the battery is corroded inside a toy, then you may actually get a return. Once it's been corroded, there's a possible chance that it's not going to work. The toy is not going to work unless you actually take it and physically fix it. And that's one of like the hassles or like one of the time consuming things to test these items, especially if they're still in the packaging or brand new. Do you want to test it or do you want to just sell it as is? The way I like to do it is most of the time test the items. That requires you taking out the package, and obviously if it's sealed, it's not going to be sealed anymore. It's going to be like new, but is it really new? It's like used. So what do you guys do? Do you guys actually take the items out and test if the battery is working or the toy is working, if you have a battery inside included? Leave it in the comments below what you guys do.
Merry Christmas. Perfect. Man.
This is the Vetria Etrusca Blue 10 gourd genie bottle. Art Deco long decanter, 16.5 inches tall. It was listed for $99.99. I did take an offer on it for $75. Now, this did take about a year and 6 months to sell because it was missing the actual stopper. So the buyer did message me to ask for the inner dimensions of where the stopper goes in. Next, we had the vintage Cushman Colonial Creations 9038 Woodfoot Sturdy Stool Bennington BT. This was listed for $99.99. I took an offer on it for $85. It did take about 2 weeks to sell. You can see it looks like a plain old footstool, wooden. However, there is a tag on it right here. You can see there is a medallion tag, and then it's also marked Cushman with the model number. This is the Precious Moments Doll Special Collector's Edition, Jumping for Joy, pink, 9 inches tall, limited edition. It was listed for $59.99. I did get a full asking price of $59.99. And it did take about 2 months to sell. This is a Kate Spade New York Simply Sparkling by Lenox Glitter and Gold 8x10 photo frame. It was listed for $69.99. And I did get the full asking price of $69.99. It was an international sale. It did take about 11 months to sell. This is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Baby Groot Scentsy Wax Warmer. It was listed for $69.99. I took an offer on it for $58. I did receive a positive feedback. It did take about 4 months to sell. I am Groot. This is the Dimensions Gold Collection Santa's Flight Stocking Counter Cross Stitch Kit, 16 inches. It was listed for $59.99. I did take an offer on it for $40. This was the second one that's being listed, and it sold rather quickly within 2 weeks. But previously, the other one took a very long time to sell. But after that one sold, this one sold again because I did have two in my inventory. This one was in worse condition because it does have the little damage on the plastic. The other one was in pristine condition. I actually sold that for a lower price than this one. But obviously, when one sells, the algorithm on eBay actually promotes the same thing, and then you possibly can get a higher dollar for it. Not this one, but the previous one that was in pristine condition could have sold for like $80 or more by looking at the sold comps. This is a Sparrow on Mushroom Bird figurine, vintage Capodimonte, artist sign, 4 inches, and reed. It was listed for $49.99. And I did take an offer on it for $39.99. It did take about 9 months to sell. You can see it's like a chickadee on a mushroom or a sparrow on a mushroom. This is a Capodimonte mark. I actually don't know who the artist is. If anybody knows this signature, could you just leave it in the comments below? It's like S-I-N cone, something cone, or it may be G cone, G sim cone. There's a little bit of chipping on the tail. So that is it, guys. That is what I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, give it a like and comment and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time.